For the first time in 2021, the full complement of MotoGP riders were on track for day one of the official test at Lusail International Circuit in Qatar. There was plenty of intrigue around the action as we saw a number of riders in their new colours for the very first time. Two of the biggest names in the sport traded places over the winter, with Fabio Quartararo and Valentino Rossi both on track with their respective Yamaha teams. Frenchman Quartararo makes the step up to the Monster Energy factory side for 2021 and will be among the front runners for the title. His new teammate Maverick Vinales was also back on track and placed inside the top 10 as the better of the two. Nine-time world champion Rossi will ride on a satellite team for the first time in nearly 20 years with the Tronas SRT. The doctor looking comfortable in the seat of the M1 as he put in over 50 laps. His new teammate and last year's championship runner-up Franco Morbidelli also got his first taste of action and fared slightly better than his veteran colleague with a P7 finish. Paul Espargaro is another big-name debutant, and he had the opportunity to ride in the RC213V for the very first time, fulfilling what he is said to be a dream of his. He rode the 2020 machine, as did LCR duo Takaki Nakagami and Alex Marquez, with the younger Marquez brother suffering a fall early on in the day, but thankfully he came out unscathed. Test rider Stefan Bradl continued to be the pace setter for the Hondas, taking P2 with the second fastest lap of the day. Following maiden runs on the Desmos Edici for the three rookies in Ducati ranks, Jack Miller, Francesco Bagnaia and Johan Zarco turned out in their new colours for the Bologna Bullets. All three were on the GP21s, though it wasn't the smoothest start to life for Pecco as he crashed in turn 3. It was the same corner where Jorge Martin went down during the shakedown test, but Saturday was a better run out for the Spanish rookie, while Avintius, Enea Bastianini and Luca Marini were spotted on the GP19s as they continued to get accustomed to life in MotoGP. Current world champion Joan Mir was back on the newly revealed GSX-RR in Lusail and will have been satisfied by his first run of the season, breaking the 154 barrier to take P3 for the day. Alex Rins also placed inside the top 10 as the Hamamatsu factory are the only unchanged lineup heading into the new season. It was the perfect start for Aleix Espargaro to 2021 as he topped the timesheets on his first run of the year. He aims to bring Aprilia to the next level over the coming season, and this will certainly come as a boost to their hopes. The factory was seen testing out different aero packages on the RSGP and will presumably continue to do so over the coming days, while Lorenzo Savadori was also out on track as he continues his learning curve ahead of the first full season in the Premier class. It was a strong start to life in the factory KTM team for Miguel Oliveira, with the grid's most recent Grand Prix winner placing in P5. His sophomore teammate Brad Binder had a tougher day as he went down at turn 2, disrupting some good early momentum. Tech Trois Iker Lecuona was also on the track as he hopes to build on a decent rookie season, and he will be aiming to draw on the experience of Danilo Petrucci, who joins the French team for the season ahead. All were seen on the latest bikes, but it was test rider Dani Pedrosa who was spotted testing out some new kit, with a new chassis, tail section and exhaust being looked at for the future. There was plenty of action on track from day one of the official test, and there's plenty more to come on Sunday. And as always, you can follow it all on motogp.com. Day 2 of the official Qatar test is done and dusted as the MotoGP riders are well and truly back into the swing of things. Better conditions in Lusail allowed the grid to put in some impressive times. We saw Fabio Quartararo top the timesheets thanks to a 1:53.940. Sporting a new hairstyle, El Diablo improved majorly from his on-track performance yesterday when he admittedly felt a little lost on the bike after the extended off-season. He showed no ill effects today though as he takes home top spot honours. His teammate Maverick Vinales also looked good on track despite suffering a fall at turn 2 earlier in the day. For the Petronas Yamaha duo, it was another fine performance from Franco Morbidelli as he recorded a top 5 finish, while we're yet to see Valentino Rossi hit the speed and times we've grown accustomed to over the year. Perhaps he's keeping them in his locker for Sunday races. Elsewhere, it was another good day for Ducati as both their factory riders placed inside the top 10. Jack Miller took home P2 with a 1:54 flat. It was P9 for Francesco Bagnaia, who was looking good on his GP21, as was his Pramac Racing counterpart Johan Zarco, the Frenchman riding home for P6. Jorge Martin has had a rough start to his MotoGP career, once again hitting the deck at turn 16 as he placed 19th overall. Enea Bastianini has had better fortunes as he begins his Premier Class career, finishing the best of the rookies in P16, just ahead of fellow newbie and Avintia Racing teammates Luca Marini. Sandwiched between those two on the timesheets is Lorenzo Savadori, who continues to keep learning in his first full season as a MotoGP rider, with his senior teammate Aleix Espargaro once again impressing on the track following up Saturday's P1 with a P3 today. It's certainly been an eye-catching start to 2021 for the Spanish rider, but he and his team are remaining grounded with a long way yet to go in the season. There was plenty of equipment tested on the Honda machines, with a new front and rear hole shot device spotted, while Takaki Nakagami was seen riding with the latest fairings. The Japanese rider tasted the asphalt after falling at turn 2 and couldn't quite crack the top 10 with a P13 finish. His LCR teammate Alex Marquez is right behind him on the timesheet, while he too fell victim to the second corner for his second crash of the day, having previously fallen at turn 16 when riding on the old chassis. Factory rider Paul Espargaro completed over 60 laps at Losail, and despite having sat in P2 at midday, he slid down the timesheet for 12th overall, with test rider Stefan Bradl the best place of the Hondas in 6th. Suzuki were seen testing out a smaller dashboard, and both their riders should be pleased with top 10 finishes, with world champion John Mir the better placed of the two in 8th. KTM are still finding their feet in Qatar, with none of their riders managing to crack the top 10. Miguel Oliveira the best placed of them all in P11. That's it for the weekend's action, but riders will be back on track in Losail on Wednesday as they begin the second round of testing, with MotoGP.com bringing you extensive analysis and coverage as always.